up, guys? So Power Rangers is based off the original TV shows and original film or films. See, I hadn't grown up with the Power Rangers, so I really had no knowledge of about it going in. You know, I had no idea about really any of the characters or what really the plot of the thing was or what it was about. I knew that it was a bit cheesy after seeing some clips of some of the older shows, how kind of cheesy that was. And I guess it worked at the time, and everybody, you know, had a big fan following. So now going into this, like I said, I really had no idea what I was expecting. Now the trailers to the film really didn't get me excited, and they didn't really catch me. They didn't really hook me or grab my attention at all. I wasn't dreading seeing this film, but I was going in saying, you know, I'm not really expecting much from it. And walking out of Power Rangers, I could say that I didn't think this movie was absolutely horrible. I actually didn't think that the movie was all that bad. Now that's coming from a person that has no history with the Power Rangers, and you know, like I said, had no idea about anything about it and any of the lore or mythology to it or anything like that. I just went in with a completely open mind, and I walked out of the theater really kind of saying, you know, that wasn't that bad. Now, I don't think this movie is great. I mean, look, what I'm trying to say is I had a fun time with this film. What I'm trying to say is I had a fun time with this film. You know, I think the acting was good all around the board. I thought all the characters were good, and they were really well acted. Now the CGI, I would say some of it is really good, and some of it is not really good at all. It's either really good CG or really horrible CG. There's a sequence in the opening of the film, it's kind of like a prologue sequence, and some of that CG is absolutely horrible. You know, right when you start watching the film, something happens and you're like, oh my god, that does not look good at all. And then it kind of progresses and you say, okay, well, let's see how this turns out. And some of the action and the slow motion I didn't think worked. This movie is a over-reliance of slow motion, and I didn't think it really worked. But I think the action was fine. I just think whenever they use slow motion, I was like, oh, come on, you know, like, just speed things up a little bit, you know. The film was a little long. I do think that this movie was a bit long. There's one thing that happens in the middle of the film that I think just could have been cut entirely, and it didn't add to the plot or take away from the plot. And the villain in the film, played by Elizabeth Banks, you know, she's really over the top and she's really cartoony. I saw this film with two other people. After leaving the theater, they kind of had a different perspective than I did. And when I asked them about the villain and the cartoony vibe to it, because the rest of the film didn't have that cartoony vibe, it was very more, I wouldn't say dark, but a more kind of realistic tone. And when you get this villain coming in and doing all this weird stuff, it doesn't really work. And when you ask them about that, or the people that grew up with it, it kind of did service what the original show was, that cheesiness and that kind of, you know, cartoony vibe. That's what the villain brought to the film, but it didn't work with the film that they had placed in front of me. And I didn't personally like the villain too much. I don't really think she did it much anyway. She just kind of screamed a lot and did some interesting things. But overall, look, Power Rangers, like I said, it is a fun movie. If you go into it, you're not going to hate it. At least I didn't hate it. And I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I thought this movie was decent. It was okay. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, so that's a plus. Guys, comment your thoughts in the comment section. Did you see the Power Rangers? Did you grow up with it? And what did you think about this new film? Also, you could subscribe to this channel for reviews coming in the future. We have The Zookeeper's Wife, we have The Boss Baby, Fate of the Furious. Not too many big movies are coming in April. But you know, keep an eye out for those. And Blu-ray unboxings coming out in the future. If you guys are interested, I'll be doing an unboxing for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. That's going to be this Tuesday. And then the week after that is very exciting. It's Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And the digital HD codes that we given away in those videos. So if you're interested in that, you can check those out. You know, subscribe to the channel, and you won't miss those. And guys, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video. You can also follow me on Snapchat at RyanKing72 and on Instagram at KingArises131. You know, for little updates and when things will be posted and things like that, fun things on the side. And guys, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching my review for Power Rangers. Over and out.
It's happening!